Two seismic stories have shaken the mixed martial arts world this week. On one side, former UFC welterweight champion Ben Askren now fights for his life after contracting severe pneumonia that escalated into a staph infection, forcing doctors to place him on a ventilator and extracorporeal membrane oxygenation support. His wife shared that during brief windows of reduced sedation, he was able to open his eyes and squeeze her hand, offering a fragile but powerful sign of responsiveness. Across the octagon, reigning UFC lightweight king Islam Makhachev faces an entirely different battle. His coach revealed that after just 3 more fights, he may retire, mirroring his mentor's early exit at the peak of his career. At 3 years old, Makhachev is already planning a move to welterweight before hanging up his gloves, seeking both glory and legacy in equal measure. These twin tales, one of a storied career, put on hold by illness, the other of a reigning champion choosing his final stand, remind us that every fighter's journey can pivot on a single moment. Ben Askren's rise from Wisconsin wrestling prodigy to global MMA star reads like legend. He captured 2 National Collegiate Athletic Association Division I titles and represented Team United States at the Summer Olympics, showcasing a suffocating grappling style that earned him the nickname Funky. Transitioning to mixed, he ran an unbeaten streak through Bellator and won championship, hoisting welterweight belts with a blend of technique and raw tenacity. His move to the UFC culminated in high-profile bouts and a reputation as one of the sport's most cerebral competitors. Even a viral knockout loss did little to tarnish his mystique, leading to a celebrity boxing match against a major internet personality known for his work ethic, coaching roles, and family life with his wife and 3 children. Askren seemed untouchable until a sudden life-threatening illness laid him low. In early June, Askren's condition deteriorated rapidly. He was admitted to a Wisconsin hospital with severe bilateral pneumonia seeded by a staph infection, his oxygen levels plummeting as standard treatments failed. Doctors placed him on a ventilator to maintain breathing and escalated support to extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, an external bypass system that oxygenates blood when lungs cannot. Sedated deeply to allow his body to rest, he became nearly unresponsive during daily sedation vacation tests, prompting anxious updates from his family and a flood of prayers from the combat community. Monitors beeped through nights of tense vigil, with his wife posting heartfelt messages, urging fans to pray for a miracle and reminding everyone to cherish loved ones each day. The scene in the intensive care unit was surreal, a champion reduced to silent struggle, his body dependent on machines that now defined each breath. Then came a breakthrough. During a carefully timed reduction of sedation, Askren's eyelids fluttered and he gripped a nurse's finger. Movements that lasted only a few seconds but reverberated globally. Those tiny signs of consciousness transformed despair into cautious optimism, prompting doctors to ease ventilator settings and celebrate what they called minimal responsiveness. Social media channels lit up as fans shared the hope that their hero was still fighting, while his wife described those moments as good days in a relentless struggle. Medical teams highlighted that such progress did not guarantee full recovery, but the world had proof that Askren's spirit remained intact despite the odds, facing the prospect of permanent lung damage. Askren's care team initiated evaluation. For a lung transplant, this process involves extensive testing, donor matching, psychological screening, and navigating insurance approvals, the kind of hurdles that can stretch for months or longer. His wife implored supporters to pray not only for healing but for a smooth transplant journey if needed, noting that no one would honor a donated lung more than this fighter. In parallel, former opponents and teammates offered to serve as donors or advocates, illustrating the deep respect he commands inside the MMA community. Medical experts cautioned that surgery and rehabilitation would be grueling, but Askren's legendary conditioning and mental toughness suggested he might endure the long road ahead. Among the many efforts to help, grassroots fundraisers organized by his local wrestling academy raised essential funds for medical bills, while anonymous donors covered lodging for out-of-state relatives. Coaches from around the world recorded video messages of encouragement, and even rival gyms hosted joint training sessions in his honor, dedicating each round to his recovery. This groundswell of support showcased MMA's unique spirit, proving that respect and camaraderie can transcend competition. Every prayer chain, every posted hashtag, became another round in the fight for Askren's life. In stark contrast to Askren's medical fight, Islam Makhachev prepares for a voluntary exit from mixed. His coach announced that after 3 more fights, likely including a welterweight title bout against a rising contender, Makhachev intends to retire, following the blueprint set by his famous mentor. At 33, Makhachev has already defended the lightweight crown multiple times and built a reputation as one of the sport's pound-for-pound elite. The prospect of an early departure at such a high level has unsettled fans and analysts, sparking debate over whether modern champions should push for records or preserve health and legacy. A leading UFC commentator urged fans to lock in on Makhachev's final bouts, warning that every takedown and strike now carries historic weight. This strategic decision underscores a cultural ethos in his training camp: seize peak moments, secure financial independence, then step away undefeated. As Makhachev eyes a move to 2-division champion status, his planned swan song could redefine career arcs in MMA. Potential matchups with established veterans or rising stars loom as fan dream bouts, each carrying enormous stakes as part of his farewell run. Meanwhile, the retirement news has galvanized promotion leaders and matchmaking teams to expedite title fights and marquee events, ensuring his final appearances captivate global audiences. Behind the scenes, Makhachev has intensified his training camp, incorporating high-altitude runs and specialized wrestling drills to maintain dominance at a heavier weight class. His teammates speak of a laser focus, as if he is already marking time on the countdown to his last bell. Ben Askren's condition and Islam Makhachev's retirement plan are 2 sides of the same MMA coin: vulnerability and control. In one story, a beloved warrior lies dependent on machines, his combat spirit tested by illness. In the other, a reigning champion exercises choice over his destiny, plotting a triumphant exit on his own terms. Together, they underscore why fans tune in to witness not just physical battles, but the human dramas that unfold when stakes become existential. As we await Askren's recovery and Makhachev's final fights, these narratives challenge us to appreciate every second inside and outside the cage. MMA's greatest moments are born from uncertainty, and today, more than ever, we see courage in both surrender and departure.